My name is Paul Farron. I'm a priest of the Diocese of St. George's in Grenada. You know where that is, Grenada? Former British colony in the Caribbean Sea, 120 miles north of the equator, and it never snows. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. You ever heard of Brooklyn? A while ago, I was preaching in New Hampshire. Before the liturgy, I was speaking with some of the men in the sacristy. After about 20 minutes, one of them turned to me and said, "Your English is very good." I still haven't figured out whether he was talking about Grenada or Brooklyn. It was a compliment. Anyway, I'm here on behalf of the poor of developing countries served by Cross Catholic Outreach, or Cross Catholic, or Cross, as we refer to ourselves. And I know you're familiar with Cross. Monsignor Bertagni was here last year, and Monsignor Benz was here the year before that, preaching on behalf of the poor whom we serve. What I want to do, first of all, is thank you. Parishioners of St. Charles Borromeo, you've been so generous. You've given people homes and food and water. That's gospel work. Many people are regular contributors in our work with the poor throughout the world. That's gospel work. Thank you so much for that. What I'd like to do today is update you on some more recent developments with Cross Catholic and tell you some of my experiences as well. However, as a preacher, let me tell you, it's great to be to a parish where people are familiar with the work that Cross is doing, because I get to spend a little more time on the scripture readings, and that's our faith. That's who we are. It's our identity. So it's great to address that on a Sunday in a homily. The theme of today's readings is the unconditional love of God, the overwhelming forgiveness of God, symbolized, of course, by the shepherd who goes out after the sheep. Today we have St. Paul saying, "I acted out of ignorance. I didn't know the sins I was committing, and God even forgave me." And in that first reading, Moses asks God's forgiveness on the people, and God does relent. Our God is a loving God, and sometimes it's hard to fathom that kind of forgiveness. We say, "I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other thing. How can God ever forgive me?" But God can. Our God isn't a God kind of hurling lightning bolts at us in order to get us. You remember the show Maude? Most people probably don't. But Maude would say to her husband, if her husband did something, "God will get you for that." And our God isn't a God who gets us for that. Our God is a God who loves, our God is a God who gives, our God is a God of compassion. The wonder of our faith is that at a certain point in time, our human time, the time that you and I live in, at a certain point in our time, God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God who led the people of Israel through the desert by a pillar of fire at night and a pillar of cloud during the day, that same God, at a certain point in our human time, chose to become something other than God. And in choosing to become something other than God, that God took on flesh as you and I are flesh. Learned what it is to be terrified, certainly as he was at his crucifixion. Learned what it is to mourn as he did at the death of his friend Lazarus. Learned what it is to laugh as you and I laughed, to love as you and I love. In short, our God isn't a God removed from us, kind of way up in the heavens, cloud hidden, whereabouts unknown. Our God is a God who's right here with us right now, who feels with us, who knows what it is to be human. In short, our God is a God of compassion. And for the past 2,000 years, that's made all the difference in the world. Have you been following Pope Francis at all? Things he's been doing and things he's been saying. The guy knocks my socks off. He's a man of the gospel, he's a humble man, he's a man of prayer, he's a scientist. He doesn't live in the papal palace, instead he lives in the Hotel Santa Marta. He doesn't ride around in a chauffeured limousine, he drives his own Ford Focus all over Rome, must drive the security people crazy. He carries his own suitcase. That's who the man is, he's totally unpretentious. Two stories about Pope Francis I'd like to share with you. One of them was told to me when I was in Minneapolis, where I met a gentleman whose brother owns a publishing company in the United States. Now this brother of his, this publisher, one of his clients happens to be the Vatican. Now if you're a publisher, that's a great client to have. Well, John Paul was elected Pope. He went over to Rome, he met John Paul in the Papal Palace. Benedict, the same thing, he met Pope Benedict in the Papal Palace as well. Francis, of course, lives at the Hotel Santa Marta. He had the appointment, went to the Hotel Santa Marta, was given access to the floor where the Holy Father lives, knocked on the door. Who answered the door? Pope Francis, dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. And he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't have time to change. Can I make you a sandwich?" Can you imagine the Holy Father making you a sandwich? Wouldn't you want to selfie of that? Or at least save the sandwich as a relic. You never know what's going to happen. But that's who the man is. He's totally unpretentious. The other story. He met with a group of bishops from a developing country. At the end of their meeting, he said to them, "When you go back to your diocese, don't go to your chancery offices. Go instead to the garbage dumps. Find the people who are living in the dumps. Look them in the eye. Find out who they are. Find out what they need. When you begin to smell like them, then go back to your chancery and do the work. A shepherd should smell like his sheep." That's the gospel. I have a friend who's a former priest of the Archdiocese of Buenos Aires, and that's what Francis used to do when he was Cardinal Archbishop there. He'd get on the bus, he didn't own a car, sometimes he'd take friends with him, go out to the garbage dump, introduce them to his friends out there. That's what we're called to. Now, we're not called to be Pope Francis. Pope Francis was called to be Pope Francis. He's doing a great job of that. Or Mother Teresa. She was called to be Mother Teresa. She did a great job of being Mother Teresa. But you and I, in our own lives, in our own spirituality, in our own understanding of the compassion of God, and our own understanding of our own baptism, and what we have committed ourselves to in faith, we're called to look deeply within ourselves and say, "God, where are you sending me? What do you want me to do? What direction do I need to go in my life that I may more deeply and actively love and serve my brother and sister? I accept your compassionate love. Help me to spread that love to others." Cross Catholic Outreach. Our mission is to connect the poorest of the poor in developing countries with you and me, who happen to be, because of where we were born, the family we were born into, a certain amount of economic wealth we've been able to achieve through hard labor, the country we or our ancestors were able to migrate to. You and I simply happen to be so much better off than they. A while ago, I was in the southern part of Africa, in Mozambique, and it was wintertime there. Wintertime, that part of Mozambique goes down to around maybe 45, 50 degrees at night. And I met a beautiful family. 3 girls raising each other. The oldest was Marta. Marta was 13, Dionysia, 9, Lydia, 3 years old. Their parents had died of AIDS. Every day, Marta, the 13-year-old, she was only about this tall, she'd pick up an axe that was taller than she was and chop wood for a fire, build a fire. Dionysia, in the meantime, would walk 1.5 miles down the hill to a well that Cross Catholic Outreach put into the community there. She'd carry the water back up the hill. Marta would boil up the water and slowly add it to dried corn that she had ground into cornmeal. This is what they were eating. They lived in a shack that was simply twigs tied together. There was no door on it. A torn blanket on top of a straw mat that was on the ground. That was the bed that they shared. Due to the generosity of donors to Cross Catholic, we built them a home, a real home. It's made of concrete blocks, it has doors, it has windows, it has a roof on it, and not only that, their nutrition has been taken care of as well. Have you ever heard the expression, "give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day"? Do you know that one? Have you heard that? If you give a man a fish, he's only going to eat for 1 day. Buy him a fishing pole, teach him to use it. Then he's going to eat for a lifetime. It's very much what we're about at Cross Catholic, helping people to fish, teaching them to fish so they can take care of themselves, so they don't have to depend on charity all the time. There's an orphanage that we support in Haiti run by Father Marc Boisvert, and Marc takes care of 600 boys at the orphanage. All of those boys learn reading, writing, arithmetic. Some of the older ones learn trades like carpentry, tailoring, welding. They have a goat raising project, a mango tree grafting project. They even have a rabbit raising project. Rabbits. Think about it. Rabbits are a great source of protein. And not only that, they multiply like rabbits. But it's the old thing, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day, but teach him to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. We're so blessed in the United States. We get in trouble financially, we can go on welfare if necessary. We can get food stamps if necessary. We have Social Security. A child gets sick, we take the child to the hospital. The hospital has to take care of it. In the countries that we serve, 40% of the children, that's 4 out of every 10 children under the age of 5 years old, dies of curable diseases. Diseases for which here we give basic medical care, penicillin, a bone set, pills for diarrhea or dysentery, a tetanus shot, an immunization shot. In the countries that we serve, we have hospitals, clinics, immunization programs, as well as individual medical missionaries who we serve. On the aisles, you'll find these brochures, these Cross Catholic Outreach brochures. They're on the aisles. Would you pass them in, please, so that each family has one? There are several items I'd like to go through with you. First of all, we are a Catholic organization. We're connected with Cor Unum, the Holy Father's personal outreach to the poor. We're part of the new evangelization in the church. There are 6 Catholic American bishops on our board of directors, and the chairman of the board is Archbishop Roby of Mobile. The president of Cross Catholic is Jim Cavnar. And that's Jim there in the picture with the Holy Father. Jim insists on 100% accountability for all funds coming in and going out of Cross Catholic Outreach. If you note the pie chart, you'll see that our overhead expenses, month to month, are only between 4 and 5%. In other words, more than 95 cents out of every dollar that's donated goes to the poor. It's a very low overhead expense. Our mailing list is kept confidential. We do not sell, share, or give away our mailing list to any other group or any other organization. When you make a donation, you'll receive a letter back thanking you for that donation. When you receive that letter, turn it over, because on the back it will say, please contact me once a month, every 6 months, once a year, never again. Whatever you choose to put down, we honor that. We don't want you getting all this mail that you'd really rather not be getting. There's a place to fill in your name and address. Or maybe the page above, next to the pie chart, it says prayer requests. The reason that's there is because workers at Cross Catholic meet every morning for prayer between 8:30 and 9:30 a.m. They asked if we would add this part to the brochure so they can pray for you. Any special intentions you have, please write them in there. They'll be prayed for. Looking through the brochure where it says make an impact, you'll see what we're able to do, putting together business expertise and faith. If you or I want a glass of water, we want to take a shower, we go out, we buy a bottle of water, we turn on a tap, we expect clean, fresh water. In Africa, I've seen children carrying water on their heads 8 miles back to their families, just so that they would have water. In the Dominican Republic and Central America, I've seen children being bathed in streams and rivers that are clearly polluted. $500 helps to sponsor a water project, maybe not unlike the one that Dionisio goes to every day. $2,500 helps to build a home. What would be a dream home for a family living in a car seen children pulling at pig carcasses for food. The stench is horrible. Fields of garbage with cardboard boxes that are people's homes. How much do we spend on our own green home, or a second green home, or a cruise? $2,500 can help to build a home for a family. Above where it says prayer request is a perforation. That part of the brochure tears off. And just above where you write your name and address, please note this pocket. A big pocket. And I ask that you put what donation you can in there. Please be as generous as possible. Maybe you could help with a water project. Maybe you could even help to build a home for a family. Above where it says prayer request, it seals like an envelope. On the back is the address. Simply fill it out, take it home, fill it out, drop it in the mailbox, or you can give it to me after Mass. I'll be in the gathering space collecting any brochures you care to give me today. I ask that you not put it in the collection plate. Either give it to me after Mass or take it home, mail it in. Whatever you do, though, please take out a few minutes. Look at the faces in the pictures. In these faces, I believe you and I truly see the face of the risen and living Christ who's right here in our midst. And on their behalf, I want to thank you, well, first of all, for your generosity along the way and for your generosity this weekend. And thank Father Jeff for having me here this weekend. And may God bless you always. Amen.
Amen.
We share a great faith, you and I, a great faith in God, a great faith in God's Son, Jesus Christ. As one community of faith, let us proudly proclaim what you and I believe. I believe in one God, Father Almighty,